Hello and welcome back to Phillip Island for round 2, race 2 of the 1994 Australian Manufacturers Championship. Some of the highlights on screen of a very eventful first race, won by Phil Ward in the Mercedes just from Tony Longhurst, with Peter McKay in the second of the Technophone cars in third. We had an eventful run to an eventual 8th place. Could have been better. We got caught up with some of the other competitors towards the end, unfortunately, and we had a bit of an off-track excursion, but still we got some points. That's the main thing as we lead into the second race of the weekend. Let's now go and check out the grid for how everyone starts for this second race. And on pole position, courtesy of his race 1 wins, Phil Ward in the Technophone Mercedes. Alongside him, the new series leader Tony Longhurst in the Benson and Hedges BMW. Peter McKay out of position number 3. Mark Adderton in the Momo BMW from 4. He's having a great run this year so far, 3 fourth places in the opening 3 events. John Cotter in the MEM3 Motorsport BMW in 5th. Just in front of his teammate, Peter Dillman in the second of the M3 Motorsport BMWs. John Blanchard from 7. We're out of position number 8, Russ Dugman in the first of the Phoenix Motorsport Peugeots. Our teammate Ken Matthews is 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Peter Hills in the Ford Sierra. From 11, Steve Ellery in the second of the Ford Sierras. James Kay and Greg Murphy, 12th and 13th. After a few issues in race number 1, Phil Alexander from position 14 and Paul Morris off the back of the grid in the Diet Coke BMW. Let's see what he can do. Let's now go down to the grid into our Peugeot and we'll see how we go in race number 2. Set to go, position 8. Away. Bogged down badly, but can we get up the inside? I think we can. Down into turn 1. Oh, a bit sideways. So are some of the other guys. Into turn 2, southern loop. Oh, a bit of a nudge from behind from Ken Matthews. We're away okay. Just nudged the dirt. Oh! They sort of all pulled up. Cold tyres, cold brakes. Worried I wasn't going to stop there. Behind Mark Adderton in the Momo BMW. Okay, trying to settle down now. Thought we were going right into the back of Mark Adderton there at the hairpin. Over Lukey Heights. Down to second gear. Give Adderton a nudge. Technophone Mercedes ahead. Up the inside. We're going to run into Swan Corner on him. No chance we may be able to get in the draft though. End of the first lap. A prime example there of what the Peugeot's losing in a straight line. Got one of the Carinas behind us. Go around Southern Loop. Almost fall off Southern Loop. I think the Carina's up the inside of us here, so we'll give them a bit of room. 7K up the inside. It's Greg Murphy. We hold it. Action going up ahead by the looks. So we nearly fell off the previous lap, so we'll take it. Actually, Murphy's gone off. Done exactly what we did in race 1. It's giving us a little bit of breathing space as we back steps out over Leaky Heights. Down to MG. I'd say that's Peter McKay up there ahead of Mark Adderton. Adderton looked like he went very wide because we're closing in, coming onto the front straight. Down to turn 1. Back to 5th gear. Hook it in. It's quite unstable through there. Fifth gear. Up to Honda hairpin. Got our teammate right behind us, Ken Matthews. This is the best he's sort of done with the 4 races so far. Get our head down a bit now because they're just starting to stretch out in front, stretch away. Oh, and that's not what we want. Oh, sorry, Ken. Can we hold the inside? We can. It's hanging on the outside, so he might be ahead of us. There he is. Well, that's disappointing. Let's hurt our run onto the straight. Down now to turn 1. Have to lift well, we've been hitting the back. Murphy's all over us. We'll hold the inside. Paul Morris is in this battle as well. That's quite disappointing what he did over Leaky Heights. Through Honda hairpin. Murphy's right behind us. Been able to get into a rhythm in this race so far. It's just hasn't been working for me so far. Through the hay shed. Didn't want to slip off the track like I did last lap. Probably went a bit too much on the inside. Trying a bit too hard here. Getting really bad understeer. Around onto the front straight. Sixth gear. Murphy right behind us, and Paul Morris. Through Southern Loop. Chasing Ken Matthews in our team car. 5th gear. Through Honda. way. Past the hay shed on the left. Over Lukey Heights, the MG again. Extra hard here because the car just doesn't feel quite right compared to race 1. Through turn 1. Sideways, oversteering, understeering. Just not working for me at the moment compared to race 1. But still, we're only about halfway now, 5.5 laps into the race. So maybe the car can come to us a bit. Paul Morris behind us in the Diet Coke BMW. He'll be desperate to come through the field and make some points up. Over Lukey Heights, and the tail's round again, we hold it. The car's just not braking as well as the GTR race 1. Into Swan Corner, take 5th just before we turn in. Sixth gear, into lap 7, 5 to go. Turn it in. Sorry if I'm not talking enough in this race, but I'm trying quite hard. Making a bit of ground on Matthews at the moment. Through Siberia. Getting the hurry up from Paul Morris. Up over the hay shed. Wheels on the dirt on the inside. We're back up. We're into the back of our teammates, sorry about that. Come around Swan Corner now onto the main straight. Trying to get in the slipstream, and can we get past? Right behind him, we'll try and swing out. Not quite. Matthews goes a bit deeper. Morris dives underneath us. I think we can get him back. Oh, door rubbing, but we're back ahead. Sorry, Paul. Down to Honda hairpin. behind Ken Matthews. Can we have a go up the inside? Oh, bit of a dive, but third gear. Drag race between the two 405s. He's on our inside. Where is he? Better give him a bit of room. Oh, we're in the dirt. Probably gave him too much room, but... Oh, we're there. Brush door handles. We're up the inside. Outbrake ourselves. I think we're ahead. Yes, we are. Morris has unfortunately got through as well. I probably played a part in that. Round onto the front straight. Into position 8. A long gap ahead to 7th. Into turn 1 and Paul Morris has unloaded us. Dear oh dear. We'll have to see what damage that's done. Car doesn't feel quite right. Well, it's turning, but we'll see. Steering's a bit out. Well, I mean, that was the reputation he got later in his career. He'd stick it in and have a go, and if he came off second best, tough luck. But, well, just about the fastest part of the track. This car's handling awful, but I think we can get to the end. Well, can't wait to see the replay. At least we're still going. I don't think we're going to get any points though. It looks like we're running third, so it looks like there's been 2 retirements because there's no one behind us. Back to the scene of what happened on the previous lap. Disgraceful driving from Paul Morris. Well, we'll see the replay. Of course I'm going to say that when I'm the one who's been knocked out of the place. If that ends our run, we were going to get points in the first 4 races. Up to the hairpin. One thing it shows is just how close 2 litre racing was, Class 2 racing in 1994. First round of the ADAC Touring Car Cup coming up on this channel soon from 1994, round 1 from Arvis. So keep a lookout for that. Round 3, the 94 Australian Manufacturers Championship coming up very soon too from Winton in rural Victoria. Phillip Island, of course, right down the bottom of Victoria. Following on from round 1 at Eastern Creek in Sydney. Of course, the first two rounds had in common that they were both, in Eastern Creek's case, built, and in Phillip Island's case, rebuilt, to host the Australian 500cc motorcycle Grand Prix. And then from there we go down to Winton, which I would say maybe its most famous moment internationally would be the James Hunt race there in 1978 in a Elfin F5000 car in the event known as the Rose City 10,000. Won it quite convincingly as well. The car's actually not too bad here. It's I think the steering's off a little bit, but it's not too bad. We're not losing much time on the guys in front. Down to second gear. Last time through MG. Around Swan Corner for the final time. And this will wrap up round 2 of the 94 Australian Manufacturers Championship. Quite an eventful race in the end, that one. Let's now go and check out the results. But before we check the results, let's have a look at what happened with Paul Morris at the end of race 2. Down into turn 1, Morris up the inside, and he carts us straight off into the grass and into the fence. Let's have another look. That seemed like a bit of a crazy move up the inside. Here it is, just drills us straight off the road, puts us up on 2 wheels. Luckily we didn't go over, and Morris continued on to an eventual 8th place. We were a little bit slower going into the corner, but I mean, there's no excuse for that sort of stuff. We'll have to see if there's a penalty from the stewards, but gets into our right rear quarter panel, and Morris sends us off into the weeds. Here's another look at it, and well, I think the pictures tell the story there. Into the fence we go. What a shame. But off Morris went to secure an 8th place. So now on to the race results, and Phil Ward picks up the double here at Phillip Island. He wins race 2 by under 1 second from Tony Longhurst again. Peter McKay finishing 3rd, so we had the same top 3 for both of the 2 races here at Phillip Island. John Cotter picks up 4th, and John Blanchard into 5th place in the BMW M3. 6th for Peter Dillman. Mark Adderton down in 7th, his first non-4th place finish all season. Paul Morris, as we said, ended up in 8th. Ken Matthews 9th, and Peter Hills rounded out the top 10 in the Ford Sierra. Phil Alexander finished 11th, just ahead of James Kay, while we finished in 13th in the Phoenix Motorsport Peugeot 405. 2 retirements from that race, Greg Murphy and Steve Ellery. Greg Murphy having a poor year. He hasn't troubled the scorers yet in terms of the point score, and James Kay also finishing out of the points, obviously. So not a great start to the season for the Oryx Toyota Carina team. So that leaves the point standings looking like this after 4 races and 2 rounds in the season. Tony Longhurst, he's opened up a 24-point lead already over Peter Dillman in the Clark BMW M3 on 42 points. Mark Adderton in 3rd on 42. Then back to Paul Morris and Phil Ward, equal 4th on 40 points apiece. Morris obviously, after a good first round, had a really poor second round here, while Phil Ward, with the double win, puts him into the top 5. Peter McKay sits in 6th on 36 points. John Blanchard 7th. John Cotter in 8th on 28 points. Peter Hills 9th on 16, while we round out the top 10 on 10 points. So we'll leave now with some highlights from a drama-packed race 2, in terms of us anyway. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back very soon with round 3 of the series at Winton, but before that we're going to jump over to Germany for the first round of the 1994 German Touring Car Cup at Aarhus. So look forward to your company then.